Nicolas Cage, good or bad? A challenge, certainly, but not unsolvable. Because all actors have distinct values, which I use to find answers.
Abed, how much Nicolas Cage did you...
Enough! I watched enough to find the answer.
Hi there. I am here today to talk to you about something incredibly important and very close to my heart. Over the last week, I have watched every single episode of Community, and I have mentally drawn a conclusion. Abed is the best Community character. No, I know what you're gonna say. I know all the arguments. I don't care. And I've decided that I cannot abide by other people thinking anything different. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into this. Please ignore the fact that this is a Mr. Maker Let's Do It binder, but it's the only binder I could find. Right, let's go all the way back to the beginning. The true founder of this study group is Abed. For some reason, Jeff gets all the credit, but Abed is the one who told all of them to go to the study room and that there was a study group going on. He is the one who instigated this entire thing, and you cannot take that away from him. We wouldn't have 6 seasons of quirky, funky Community without Abed being a polite human being and inviting other people to the study group. Furthermore, Abed represents a minority never before seen on TV. He's Muslim on the autistic spectrum who is of mixed race and mixed culture. So good, what good representation, what more can you ask for? Except that he be a woman. Abed elicits a childlike wonder amongst everyone in the study group as well as the actual viewer of the show. He keeps the show dynamic and different and alternative to other shows. It's due to Abed that we see different mediums in the show.
This is the most important Christmas in the history of the universe. I'm assuming that's why we're all stop-motion animated.
And he's also almost always the reason interesting things happen, otherwise they would just be studying, and that wouldn't be fun to watch.
Well, I see how that would be frustrating, but the fact is...
Your ass is on the line.
My ass is on the line.
You just got off the phone with the mayor.
I just got off the phone with the mayor? Stop doing that!
I'm trying to help. You're not doing this right.
Abed's an incredibly complex and multifaceted character. He's constantly evolving, and his reactions to situations are very irregular and just not predictable at all.
What the hell was that?
It's a different version of me. I think it was a vampire.
Other characters are relatively stagnant in comparison, and if you compare who they are in the first episode to who they are in the last episode, not much has changed at all. Everyone is pretty much still who they were before, if they're even there at all. This makes their reactions to everything very predictable, and it's easy to pin specific attributes to each of them, but not Abed.
I know what you're gonna say. You watch my movies on the website.
He's a witch! Get him!
No, I'm not a witch. I'm a student of human character. I know you guys all so well I can predict your behavior. Like Shirley, I know you're a sweet, Christian, generous person. Oh, that's nice. I also know you have thinly veiled rage issues. Careful, boy.
No, he isn't perfect, but that's the beauty of it. We get to watch him grapple with life in a very different way, such as like the lava episode where Troy's leaving and he makes everything lava in season 5, episode 5. In season 1 to 3, Abed showed a lot of emotional growth, and then he actually regressed in season 4. He becomes a lot more selfish, he actually manipulates Annie to make him breakfast, he tracks Britta, but that's so realistic. No one improves and then becomes an amazing human being. Everyone's gonna have ups and downs and wobbles in their self-improvement. Just because you learn a lesson, it doesn't mean it's permanent or you don't need to learn it again. And sometimes he's just an asshole and I live for it.
That's not a very nice way to treat your friends.
Well, Britta, it isn't called friend business. It's called show business. Do you mind that your face makeup doesn't match your neck? When I squint, you look like a circus clown. Keep going about what? Her uneven bra padding? You look like you're smuggling a lime and a coconut.
His intelligence makes him so enjoyable to watch. It's not a frustrating experience as it can be when you watch really stupid characters do really stupid things and you just want to scream at the TV. I don't experience that when I watch Abed at work. He normally discovers the answer or solution to something before even the viewer does, and he has to explain it to us. I love that. That's what I want. I want my TV content to be up to that quality. Let's just admit it, Abed is by far the funniest. His dry sense of humor, his direct bluntness, it encapsulates everything I could ever want. And just his personality in general, he's very observant, very direct, and he demands honesty, good human qualities to have.
My advice, stay honest, stay alert, and for the love of God, stay between the gumdrops. All right, I feel like that person in the TV show.
Balance restored, I guess.
movie reference.
I'm sure you saw this one coming. His passion for TV and film. It just reflects how certain people actually connect with the world. And for some people, memorable experiences during their formative years are all connected to things like shows and TV. In the last episode, season 6, episode 13, he kind of says that himself in a speech, where he kind of expressed TV shows play a very large part in our lives, even though we like to deny it. I made a list. Yes, as you can tell, I have been furloughed and I have a lot of time on my hands now. So, in case you're curious, I made a tally of all the direct references he made. Direct references to movies, 127. Direct references to TV shows, 56. And direct references to people or characters, 132. These may not be completely accurate, I may have miscounted. Yeah, don't know what you're gonna do with those stats, but now you have them in your head and I have them on a piece of paper, and they're there for the world to see and study and know that Abed is a genius. I mean, who can make so many flippant, offhand cultural references? I think it's just such a great embodiment of the culture that we live in today.
10% Dick Van Dyke, 20% Sam Malone, 40% Zach Braff and Scrubs, and 30% Hillary Swank and Boys Don't Cry.
Abed's ability to assume different identities with great ease is very impressive. He just fully embraces the roles.
You know what I got for Christmas? It was a banner year at the Bender family. I got a carton of cigarettes. The old man grabbed me and said, "Hey, smoke up, Johnny." "No, Dad, what about you?"
For example, when he was Batman, when he was Indiana Jones, that time he was that guy at dinner with Jeff, it was meant to be reenacting My Dinner with Andre. I'd just like to put this in here now because I'm sure I'll receive some sort of death threat saying this. Many may argue that Troy is actually the best character, but Donald Glover left the show and broke my heart, so I refute that statement. I will give him a special mention though, because he was a really good friend to Abed, and he was one of the only ones who actually properly understood him and took the time to actually interact with him, was so patient, and it was really wholesome to watch, so well done, Troy. I think this conclusively proves that Abed Nadir is the best character in Community. It's actually his influence and his presence that transforms the traditional sitcom, and it makes it stand out from the rest. If Abed wasn't in this thing, the show would have been dead seasons ago, let's be honest here. And if you don't agree, fight me. I also made a comprehensive list of all the different Community characters from best to worst. So, first of all, we got Abed, obviously. Then there's Troy, Annie, Britta, Jeff, Shirley, the Dean, Chang, Pierce, and obviously Todd. In conclusion, I see your value now.
3, 2, 1. Troy and Abed in the morning.